Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tasha. Let's get into this. So, my voice is trying. It's trying, y'all, okay? But, no periodic table, no alien talk this evening. However, the creator did come through with a message, all right? Now, I did get 2 downloads, so at first I was like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? Because, honey, like, what, daddy? Say nah, but, okay. At first I heard, I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? And I'm like, is that my subconscious? Or is this a part of the message? It is very much a part of the message. Now, the creator is strategic, as we know, right? The creator knows everything that will happen, and we just have to catch up. It's so crazy because when we speak about divine timing, we speak of it as if it's a thing that has yet to come. It is a thing that already exists. We have to acclimate to the times of the creator and what the creator is on, right? We need to catch up to him. It's not the other way around. We got to get on his type of time, right? So this is how we get into alignment. But after hearing, I love God, you don't love God, what's wrong with you? Now, that's a song, just in case you don't know. It's a gospel song by Mary Mary, okay? It's a gospel group called Mary Mary, and the name of the song is, I believe, I Love God. I don't know. You can just look up the lyrics. It'll pop right up. But that's besides the point. The initial download was that song, and then I heard, what do you think of when you think of love, right? Now, this can go several ways, but the way I interpret it was the creator having me pose this question so we can reevaluate what we look at as love, what we consider to be love, okay? So, prime example, let's just say, someone says, who do you love? Or what do you love? Rather, right? Like, what do you love? Who do you love? And then you're like, my kids, and I think that was the point. The creator wants us to highlight what it is that we love. We need to put him first. A lot of us, we have these different ideas and ideations, and sometimes people don't even know what it means to put God first, right? He brought that to my attention because I was having a hard time understanding, like, what does that mean? Put God first. Like, I put God first. And then it's like, no, you have to allow the creator to properly instruct you. You have to allow the creator to make decisions for you. If you don't understand, if you're not hearing him correctly, then you need to figure out what it is that he's trying to say, okay? We don't necessarily have, the immediate response that we might want to give, right? We might want to say, what it is to us, what it means to us to put God first, right? But if you don't have a real definition and understanding of what God is even conveying, if you can't hear God, if you don't have a relationship with the creator, if you can't distinguish between God's voice, your voice, and the enemy's voice, and all of your ancestors and your guides, then you're in trouble. And we talked about this before, right? That really deep rooted, feel it in your spirit, feel it in your stomach, feel it in your head, can't shake it type of feeling. That's usually the creator. Sometimes the enemy has all these plots and tricks and schemes, and he's really good at imitating the creator. remember, he's an angel, right? The devil is an angel, so he understands the inner workings of the spiritual realms, so he knows how to get a message to you, right? So I think that was a part of the major understanding, like, how do we even know which voice is which, right? And this is where your relationship comes in. If you have a relationship, okay, let's just say someone's coming to you telling you your best friend was talking about you. You know your friend, right? So you'll be like, nah, you lying. It has to be the same way with God. The same way we know people, the same way we love people, the same way we understand people, we need to put that same time and effort and relationship building in with the Creator. I don't think we understand God. We don't understand God. For the most part, we don't. And that's fine, right? This is why He reaches out to us. This is why He wants to build a relationship with us so we can know Him. Most cases, I'm sorry for all the moving around, but in most cases, a lot of people, they get bad karma and, just like these harsh lessons simply because they haven't tuned in. The Creator will never ever in life leave you hanging. The Creator will never give you a set of circumstances without a solution. The Creator will never allow you to not know Him. So you have to understand that if you are attempting, right, then you're golden. Everything you need, everything you're searching for, everything that you are trying to obtain and attain will come to you freely. You don't have to go searching for anything. It is when you don't allow God to lead you that you start running into these really weird problems. And most times it's our ego leading us. Sometimes it's not even the enemy. We did a segment a few weeks ago about us being the devil. It's us. We are the problem. There's no way you will be penalized for your ignorance, right? When we're speaking in terms of the spiritual realm, the laws are quite different from the realms of this dimension, right? You know how when you are ignorant, that's like a charge. It's not like that with God, right? God knows your heart. He knows your intentions. So if He's giving you a set of directives and you don't follow, depending on the severity of the outcome, you will get penalized and you may not, right? Because you don't know, you don't understand, you can't differentiate between His voice and all the others. You can't hear through the noise, and God knows that. But He is training you to be able to hear Him. That is the difference. When you are in training and you start getting your skills and your gifts built up, this is when the chaos ensues. This is when you start becoming a little bit more held accountable for your thoughts, your behaviors, and how you respond to things. It's not your responsibility to step outside of yourself. You have to stay in bounds at all times. You absolutely cannot allow yourself to be in situations that are like common, right? If you are working for God, if you're not working for God, if God is giving you instructions, you have to follow it. Like some people, they work for the devil and they're aware that the devil is going against God, and they still do whatever it is that they do. And God will sometimes give them grace because it is a part of God's plan for them to do what they're doing. We have to understand that this earthly realm is comprised of dark and light, left left and right, in and out, up and down, negative, positive, right? We have duality with everything. There is nothing under the sun that doesn't come with duality. And once we understand that, we'll be able to understand that, okay, if God has created a positive, or people that are in the image of him, maybe there's people that are not like him. And that is what gives us balance. How do you learn about the devil attacking you and all of these sorcerers doing, witchcraft and black magic and sending spiritual attacks and demons taking on the form of physical vessels? Like, how do we learn about that without having to encounter the different entities and spirits that possess these energies, right? The only way is to experience it. Like, we can have these conversations all day, right? I can talk about it from a personal standpoint because I have experienced it. But if you're not a person who knows anything about the spiritual realm, then, how does that work? So all of this, it literally just helps us have a better idea and understanding of what God is leading us to and what our job and position is in all of this. And when I say all of this, I mean our life, right? Our journey, the life that we're currently living. We may not necessarily get it. We may not necessarily know where God is taking us at this moment. We may not like it. Like, I'll be honest. It's a lot of things that I don't want to do. But I know that it's in my best interest. I know that if I'm not obedient to the Creator, then I'm going to have hell to pay. And not even like that he's going to punish me, but it's just like not going to be good, because it's like, I'm doing you a favor. I'm telling you not to stick your hand in the oven or it'll get burned. And if you do it, you'll get burned. It's just that simple, right? So what do you love? What do you love? When you ask yourself that question, what is the thing that comes to mind? Okay, if it's not God, if it's not the life that God has gifted you with, if it's not somewhere in that ballpark, that's probably where you're going wrong. Not that any of the answers that you may dredge up is wrong, right? None of it is wrong. It's just we need to figure out what God wants from us. How do we please the Creator? And loving and appreciating the Creator is one of the best ways to please Him, even if you are not like at the top of your game, right? Acknowledging the Creator's presence, being grateful of the things that you have been blessed with, learning to understand what it is that makes life so beautiful. It's not always about money. It's not always about who has, the nicest car or the nicest house or the best clothes. Like, yeah, all of that stuff is nice. It's like fine and dandy, right? It's cool. But there are so many other things that we literally need to just pay attention to and be grateful for, and really just have that understanding that God loves us, and we don't even understand to what capacity. Just think about how many times you got your ass whooped for being disobedient by your parent or your grandma or whoever was your guardian, right? Every time you did something you had no business doing, you got punished. God continued to bless you and love you throughout all of that, right? Throughout your disobedience. And I wanted to make sure that this wasn't just something for me, right? I tried to make sure that I'm not projecting any of my stuff onto you guys, because that's not fair. That wouldn't be fair. I don't ever want to do that. But I will say that, put God first. Everything else falls in line, all right? But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. I hope all is well. I hope y'all are getting prepare for the weekend, because you know it's Friday in a couple hours. All right, I hope you are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea, because it's free. Love you.